Let's now turn to Sarah Kagingo, the Vice Chair Lady of the Board of Directors at the Private Sector Foundation, Uganda, to talk to us about President Museveni's state visit to Kenya, where 7 other memoranda of understanding were actually signed. Welcome to NTV Weekend Edition, Sarah Kagingo.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Indeed. It's amazing to be having this conversation post-mortem of the visit in Kenya. We would like to know the tripartite agreement that was signed on the transportation and transit of petroleum products through Kenya all the way to Uganda. What exactly does it mean for the ordinary Ugandan?
One,
Yes.
that state visit was preceded by a joint ministerial commission
Indeed.
in Kampala, which we had the opportunity to attend as a private sector. And we shared a matrix of issues that impede trade, impede business, impede our mutual growth. So we are very, very excited to note that our country's diplomacy is increasingly being informed by commercial diplomacy, and that already the spirit was to resolve the issues. So a while ago, about 2 weeks ago, Private Sector Foundation released a report into capacity utilization of manufacturing firms, as well as the cost drivers. And number one was lack of effective demand
Indeed.
for the products. So to have your redundant, such redundant capacity, to have capacity utilization at just 54.4%, that is really low. The other reason is that we have challenges in transport and logistics.
Indeed.
And so when you see your heads of state, your two countries' diplomats in one room trying to resolve those issues, we can only be excited and look forward to a future where business, the cost of doing business is further eased. So we welcome, one, the fact that the two countries have agreed to set up a joint monitoring mechanism to ensure the expeditious resolution of issues, non-tariff barriers to trade. You recall in the past year I was here on NTV, as well as my colleagues, you know, decrying blockade to our products, poultry and dairy. So one of the agreement is that our two countries are going to respect and implement, fully implement the East African Customs Union, as well as the Common Market Protocol, which means therefore that there shall not be any more quotas for dairy or dairy products, for poultry, sugar, or poultry products, for sugar, for juice. So we are excited, but we are also woke to the fact that government officials of our two countries must meet and ensure they resolve those issues, and we welcome the heads of states directive to ensure that the ministers of trade of our two countries immediately meet on non-tariff barriers, and that the officials of the ministries of foreign affairs of our two countries come up with modalities to ensure that the meetings happen and that they help us upscale meetings and engagements between the members of the two private sector bodies of our two countries.
Well, of course, I was looking at the literature. Our LPG gas can now go into Kenya. Common external tariff of 35% was removed. What are some of the other takeaways?
The other one, of course, is SGR. The
From Naivasha
is directed that it is extended to Malaba border. That means now we have an opportunity to have it extended to Kampala and onward to Democratic Republic of Congo, which is a big market for Uganda's products. The other one is to facilitate importation of refined petroleum products through Kenya to Uganda that will be procured by Uganda National Oil Company. And we hope that we can leverage that to have the cost of those products go down.
Indeed. All right, that is Sarah Kagingo, the Vice Chair Lady of the Board of Directors at the Private Sector Foundation, Uganda. Thank you so much for having made the time to speak to us on NTV Weekend Edition.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Indeed, it's amazing.